and we come down to our bath bomb making workshop in the Crown Point area from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So it's going to be 2 intense, fun, interactive hours where we get into the art of making bath bombs. We talk about the science of what is involved in terms of the ingredients. End of the session, the aim is that students will be equipped with the knowledge and have the confidence to make these bath bombs at home. And the ultimate intention for me is that in addition to having a skill that they can say, yes, I know how to do it, they're able to monetize this skill. And why this is important for me is that as a young person growing up, I think selling was just always a part of my life. When I think back, as a young girl, I would go with my dad to the market to sell peas and to sell sorrel. And then when I went off to university, selling again was in my blood. I would braid hair, I would bake bread, I would cook food, selling to be able to do little things extra that I couldn't do if I didn't have that extra cash. So as persons are now thinking about doing further education, there may be younger children who decide, you know what, there are certain things that I want and I realize mommy and daddy, they weren't able to assist me. Gone are the days where people will say, oh, well, you're still young, you don't need. Children are getting involved. They're recognizing the things that they enjoy doing. And once opportunities and doors are open for them to get the information in a safe way, I say by all means. So that's why we've opened it up for teenagers 13 to 19, that they can come in a safe environment where we are going to just share, we're going to learn, and we're going to network with the aim that we empower each other to go out there and do great things. All right. So I am going to just start the quick demo. Remember, there are certain things we're going to be keeping for the class, right? But we are going to share. I'm going to just be doing a bit of averaging in the class. We're going to be going into exact measurements. But for now, as I answer the frequently asked questions that parents have been sending in, I'll be giving you something to look at outside of me. All right? So I'm going to change the angle of the camera. All right? I'm hoping everything goes according to plan, and even if it doesn't, that's a life lesson in itself. All right, so the bath bomb making workshop, as I said before, this Saturday, and as I decided to just do this thing a different kind of way in presenting the information, there's certain utensils I don't have, but I'm not making that a problem at all. All right, so I'm going to be pouring in one of the ingredients that we'll be using in the bath bomb making workshop. I'm going to pour it in there right there. That's 1 and 2. So some of the questions that persons have been asking us, and I answered that one already, is the time of the workshop. So that's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. this Saturday in the Crown Point area. All right, and we have chosen that age because we believe that that's a crucial stage for skill development and entrepreneurship exploration. So we've chosen the ages 13 to 19. So I'm going to just use my hand. Now in the class we'll be using the right utensils to get this done, but as this is an impromptu video, please excuse me as we get it done. So persons have also asked me, so how will this course benefit my child's creativity and skill? My response to that is that this course helps your children to design unique bath bombs, because in addition to children looking on at how the bath bombs are made, they'll have the opportunity during the course, before they leave, to make their own bath bombs using additives that appeal to them, and really focusing on creating a unique product and not being bothered or influenced by what another participant is doing. And that is very important, because in life Your beauty really comes out when you look inside and bring out what's inside. You don't look at the other person. You're looking inside and bringing out what is inside of you. So the question citizens asked, are the ingredients that we are using safe? And yes, they are safe. They are kid-friendly material. You notice that I'm using an apron. I'm wearing my gloves. Yeah. And ideally I was supposed to have one hair in it, because if we're selling this thing, we don't want to have hair inside of the product. But I didn't have one here this afternoon, so I'm just using my hands, my fingers, to really go through the ingredient that I have here, just trying to break up any clumps. Ideally what we would be using is a sifter, but again, I want to remind you this was an impromptu. I just decided, you know what, instead of just having the camera on me, why not do a video so that you can have an idea of how wonderful this class is going to be. In the class, in addition to making this divine product, we'll be talking about different marketing strategies, because I really want at the end for your child to really explore business, making a profit, making money. So I added 2 ingredients in here, and we're mixing it all up. We're going to be talking a lot about turning passion into profit. We're talking about turning passion into profit. The reality of it is, there's some students who would come to this class and they may not decide to actually go into a bath bomb making business, but the skills, the information gathered from this workshop is transferable to other areas. So I'm quite satisfied with how I've mixed these 2 ingredients together. I'm going to add the liquid, right? Now I'm going to add the liquid. Remember, I said I wasn't going through measurements. Those things we're keeping for the class, but it's just to show you how we're going to do this. So I'm just going to be spraying it here. I want to make the powders moist, because a little bit in there, right? And I'm beginning to mix. I'm mixing it in. Persons also asked me, is there a prerequisite for attending the course? And I would say yes. The prerequisite is a desire to learn. Alright guys, so I'm mixing it in here, and if you notice, well, this is the aim of what I want. I want it, when I do this, it forms into a clump like this. I don't want it to get too wet, because then it would expand too much inside of the mold that I'm going to be putting it into. This is something I believe that children would really enjoy doing. This is one of our very popular courses. I need to really work quickly, because I don't want it to get too hard, so I'm going to be moving this away. Now I'm going to put the mold in the focus area of the camera, and what I'll be doing is the mixture that's in here, I'll be putting it into the molds. Now in the class, students will be using different colorants, so they could use things like Roku powder, turmeric. They'll be using things like chocolate. You could use charcoal for the different colors. I just kept it plain. I work really quickly, because this thing really it gets hard fast. So I need to press this moist mixture into the cavities of this mold. Persons asked about the class size. It's going to be small, because the focus is ensuring that each student gets individual attention. Right. Let me tackle another question. Persons have asked, would my child have an opportunity to sell the bath bombs? Yes, most definitely. At the end of the workshop, remember, first of all, I need to remind you that all the material will be provided in the workshop, and at the end of the workshop, your child can sell these bath bombs to whoever they choose to. And I'm encouraging you as parents to support your children. Okay? Tell people about what they're doing. Be proud of what they're doing. Don't ever promote your child's business or talk about it like, you know, it's a little small thing, nothing to talk about. Be proud. Be your child's #1 supporter. I know for me that really went a long way, having my parents support all my business initiatives, even when sometimes it was a hot mess. Alright, so do that. The cost of this workshop is $300 and there's no additional fee. As I said, all the material will be provided. Students can take the bombs home at the end. We'll be discussing various strategies for selling. We'll talk about networking, how we can work together, you know, as individuals. Talking about doing your own unique line. All these things we'll be discussing in the course. So I want to encourage you, if you haven't called, to register. Let me just quickly go through some of the other questions persons have asked. What time is drop off? So we want to start promptly at 9 o'clock. So I'm asking for your child to be here by 8:45 and pick up, if you can be here on the dot at 11:15, because some children I want to stay a little at the end to ask a few questions. I'm asking you 11:15 to please be present to pick up your child. Those of you who are interested, feel free again to send me a message, to call 284-8432. This course is for teenagers between the ages of 13 and 19. We'll be going through all the measurements of making these divine bath bombs. We're going to be using various additives that we have here in Tobago. I'll be sharing with them where they can get all the ingredients to make these products upon completion of the course, and your children would have a good pool of other individuals that they can share ideas with, because the reality of it is there are many people who might be doing similar products, but your product would always stand out if you choose to be unique and to allow your uniqueness to shine through.